I gave $8,600 for my parents' kitchen remodel. My sister sent a group text week later. Reminder. Saturday house blessing. Only immediate family. Mom said, "We want without you." Just smiled. Froze the funds. And removed my name from the permit. At 7 to 12 a.m. The inspector shut us down when my dad screamed at my door the next morning. I opened the door slowly and said, "I've never been so angry. Not after my old roommate stole $300. Not when my car was towed despite my dash permit. It was different." The disrespect went further. They spit in my face after I gave them a check. I sent $8,600 to my parents for kitchen remodeling. No loan. No partial gift. Full payment in one transfer. They claimed an urgent gas leak, rotting cabinets, and a city inspection deadline. My mom said fines would mount if it wasn't done that week. Dad called twice to confirm the amount. After wiring it Monday morning, I didn't hear much. I assumed they were serving contractors. I got midweek texts from my sister about demo day and new counters. I remained silent. I rarely need thanks, but I expected it. Anything. My sister posted in the family group chat on Monday night, 7 days after the money left my account. Reminder. Saturday house blessing. Only immediate family. Mom interrupted me halfway through rereading. "Please don't come." It hit the face like a brick. "No explanaste." A straightforward message. I stared at it for a minute. Phone in hand, wondering if I missed anything. Only immediate family. They wanted me gone. After I bought it. I remained silent. No call. I didn't argue. I froze funds in my banking app. The payment was scheduled due to a contractor delay. Lucky they hadn't finished the last verification, so I had time. Then I called the contractor to halt everything. Drywall gone. No paint. No appliance setup. The next morning, I gave each worker $50 cash and simple instructions at the site. "Tell my parents you're leaving unless they pay in full today. If my parents yell, call the police." Yes, they agreed. A person laughed. The contractor had only received half the money, which my parents didn't know. The rest? Never cleared. No contract existed between my parents and the workers. Only between me and the contractor. The city couldn't keep permits open without my permission. Tuesday morning, 7 to 12 a.m. Someone pounded on my front door. Completely pounding. I didn't need to identify it. In the hallway, I heard his voice. The inspector silenced us. Opening the door. My dad was red-faced and holding a rolled paper. My response was delayed. Then I said I understand. Removed my name from the permit. They needed my consent. No authorizations. He looked dumbfounded. Like he couldn't comprehend my words. The rest I told him. No money went through. The contractor's guys only worked because I gave them a bonus and told them to wait until he paid. Unless he did, they were done. You announce my exclusion from a kitchen party I paid for. Not fixing your error. Pay or live with a half kitchen. Left him standing after returning inside. I didn't check his departure. No concern. By noon. The group chat had become a slow-motion car crash. My sis tried first. 2 missed calls. Then 3. Not picked up. The text arrived 5 minutes later. "What the hell did you do?" I remained silent. I left it unread for an hour. My dad then complained that I had complicated everything, and that the inspectors were power-tripping, and that I couldn't block work that didn't involve me. The last part stuck with me. I wasn't involved. While their workers waited for a miracle, my $8,600 remained frozen. Their blessing party was 5 days away. No flowers. No backsplash. No appliances. Not beyond inspection. I sensed a decline. By 3 p.m. the contractor called. My dad arrived red-faced and sweating and handed him an envelope. He said, the remaining $4,300 in small bills was inside. No talks. No questions. Just shoved the envelope across the table and told them to finish. I asked about the crew's $50 refund. He laughed. They gave it to me. Said you handled them? They would finish by Friday. I said fine, but don't mention me again. To everyone. Make them think I left. That night, I checked group chat. Like nothing had happened. Fresh tiles going in. Boxes of shiny new appliances in the hallway. My sister posted photos again. My mother sent a blurry selfie with the new pendant lights in the background, claiming a magical home transformation. No epalegi. No explanaste. Returning to the show. I remained silent. But I watched. As expected, no one spoke on Saturday. Nori mainder. No invite. I wasn't secondary. Rina, my cousin, posted an Instagram photo at 2:30 p.m. My parents were hugging in their new kitchen like lottery winners. Plates of food were ready. Mom holding wine. Wedding reception style ceiling decorations. Bless Aunt Lisa and Uncle Don's beautiful remodel. Amazing journey. I contemplated it. Everyone was there. I had cousins, aunts, and my mom's church friend who said I wasn't meant for family. All smiling in my paid space. My sister posted her photo. Same kitchen crowd. Different caption this time. No Caleb drama this time. Everything clicked then. Not just ungrateful. The story was being rewritten. Not just missing the event. They had to work around me. Being erased. Calls resumed Sunday at 8:41 a.m. Mother first. Then Dad. My sister followed up. I sent everyone to voicemail. The texts followed. Pick up once. We must talk. We need your help with a new issue. Mom omitted the reason at 10:17. Something happened and we need help. Although the kitchen situation got out of hand, we're still family. I watched the screen. Support. They were blessed. Their kitchen. Their shots. They slandered me to the family. Now they wanted more. They wanted aid. I put my phone down, entered my apartment's kitchen, and opened the fridge. Not even angry this time. Was cold. Detached. For the first time in years. I didn't have to answer. On Sunday night, desperate messages became manipulative. The urgency remained, but guilt-tripping and threats were added. I ignored my mom's 2 long voicemails. My sister sent one. We've had problems, but can we talk like adults? Texts that resembled apology templates. I ignored them. On Monday morning, things escalated. Heard a knock while brushing my teeth. This time persistent, not banging. Already knew. Mom was outside. As I opened the door, she looked exhausted but not embarrassed. She began a monologue. Something about their bank situation. That Dad's contractor payment was flagged and locked, so they couldn't pay their utilities. She kept using temporary, as if it would soften their desire for more money. I didn't inquire about the issue. I listened with my arms crossed, thinking about all the times she did the same thing with a different story. New auto repairs, medical emergencies, unexpected bills. Always I covered it without a fight. She tried to shift blame midway. Assigned blame to the contractor for not providing a receipt. Said the blessing party wasn't her idea. My sister wrote, she said, "Please don't come." I asked one question after she finished. "Why didn't you call before cutting me out?" She opened her mouth like she was rehearsing, but nothing came out. I informed her that I would not pay again. I mentioned I wasn't a backup generator for darkness. I told her she could figure it out like I've had to my whole adult life while she smiled and called me dramatic to my cousins behind my back. She left without saying goodbye. Just turned around and left. That afternoon, I stopped my sister's rent automatic payment. I gave her $750 per month, and I doubt she told her boyfriend. The landlord wasn't happy, but I explained enough to stop his questions. Then I called Dad's dentist. My card was still on file for those follow-up procedures he conveniently spaced out over months. I ordered its removal. Permanently. It wasn't just me leaving. I removed all threads they'd used to reach my wallet. Every lifeline. Every favor. It was radio silence by Thursday. I sensed their haste. They probably tried to fix things quietly to get my attention. But I didn't. Saturday ended. Currently no party posts. No group shots or sloppy captions. I imagined a lovely kitchen. That blessing didn't feel as divine now that they were under new pendant lights with bills piling up, and no one to cover them. I received 5 calls before 10 a.m. Sunday morning. I remained silent. Texts resumed around noon. Mom went full passive-aggressive this time. Money may be more important than family to some. It's okay. All is seen by God. You'll understand with kids. The real push followed. Your father is considering a second mortgage because we have no choice. Don't worry about us. We'll find way. Long time staring at the screen. They used me, pushed me out, and rewrote the story to blame me. They looked like victims when I left. Then my sister posted on Facebook. The caption for her coffee photo read, "Crazy how some people demand credit for doing what decent families should do." It liked. And remarks. One from her friend. "Is Caleb involved?" She didn't reply. She didn't deny either. They weren't guilting me anymore. They wanted to tarnish my family name. Call me selfish. Disloyal. The ungrateful. An unstable one. And then it clicked. They thought I was done. Storming off, sulking in a corner. They didn't realize this was just the start. On Sunday night I stayed up. Not anxious or bitter. Just one thought kept running through my head. They still believed they were ahead. The rift was thought to be temporary. That if they ignored it long enough, I'd crawl back like always. If someone removes their name from a homeowner improvement permit midway through, what happens? What if the work wasn't coded? What if a contractor was paid cash without a record? Woman on phone didn't know details. She gave me an inspector's direct line. My call ended with one sentence after I explained what I knew. Please verify that 312 Vos Street activities are legal. He promised to investigate. Next, I called the IRS tip line. Dad took cash out in chunks. Sloppy, inconsistent withdrawals over days. One of the contractor's guys joked about counting bills like a drug deal, so I knew. Dad always believed cash was invisible. It's not. I didn't charge him. I was concerned about a large, cash-funded renovation without a record. That was enough. Wednesday saw the inspector return to their home. Some wiring was illegal, and the city permit was flagged for re-inspection due to approval changes. I removed my name. My dad called 3 times and left a tantrum-like voicemail. He said the inspector told them to redo the electrical work with a licensed contractor, or face a fine, and possible stripping out the finished parts. He added, "You did this." He was right. My email went out Thursday morning. Not to him. My mom, no. For every relative at the kitchen blessing. The $8.600 full transfer payment confirmation from my account with a timestamp is in PDF format. In case anyone was confused, I wrote, "No rant. No history. Just proof." The fallout started faster than expected. On Friday afternoon, my cousin Nate messaged me. "What's up, man?" And Ants was next. "Your mom said you paid nothing. Did you fund the entire kitchen?" I replied with a screenshot. Then they stopped asking. Saturday arrived. Their blessing remained. It was quiet. A smaller size. A neighbor. My aunt who's always envied my mom's Facebook perfect life. Cousinless. No churchmates. I received a message that my uncle skipped it and asked at dinner why they lied. My mother sobbed in public. My dad left before the candles were lit. But I continued. The state's contractor licensing board received my simple online report of unlicensed electrical work. I didn't sign. Just uploaded the outlet installer photo. He posted it on his business Instagram with the location. Sat back. Sunday morning, my mom texted first. "Why are you doing this? You hate us so much?" Your point was made. And lastly, we deserve less. You hurt us. Never expect our help again. That made me laugh. Help. From them? So I replied. You never helped. You took. Now you can navigate life without me. She didn't reply. At last, I felt free for the first time in years. Part 5. The shift. The following weeks were quiet. Not calm. Tensive, like you know something's coming. Stop calling. No text. Nothing on social media. I think they went radio silent to emotionally starve me. This wasn't hunger. It healed. I stopped awaiting an apology. I watched them unravel without me. My sister suddenly reached out. Starting with a photo. A photo of her dog on a bare mattress. Had to sell bed frame. Things are tight. Hope you're well. No context. No explanación. An unspoken urge. I didn't reply. She tried again 2 days later. Can we talk? I missed the past. Left that on read. I got an email from my mom the next day. Not text. A real email. Like she was trying to sound formal. She wrote a page about her regrets. How she allow pride to interfere. How she never meant to expel me. She concluded with, "Love, Mom," as if she hadn't ignored me weeks earlier. In the middle of the message, between flowery language and vague half-blame, stress was her real motivation for writing. New issues arose. Inspection report prompted renovation permit reevaluation, which revealed more issues. Unlicensed subcontractors installed the backsplash. Material sourcing forms were incorrectly filed by the contractor. Their fine? Over $9,000. Yes, she said. The limit of their capacity. I asked subtly if I could explore options with them. That was when I felt it. The change. They stopped guilting me. They feared. Worried I'd never return. Worried about what might happen. Fearful of losing me to throw their emergencies at like fastballs. They were right. I remained silent. A short text went to the contractor. No more project discussions. Send everything to Don and Lisa. Nothing's happening with me. He replied instantly. Understood. My sister tried again. A pleasant message that quickly became guilt. You punish us. Yes. I understand. Why also disconnect? I was caught in the middle. I nearly laughed. She wasn't central. She wrote, "Please don't come." She announced their actions. Without Caleb's drama. She was facing something she hadn't felt in years without my $750 a month. Responsibility. Calls went to her now. The bills. The strain. She wasn't made for it. After that, she stopped messaging. How quickly the rest of the family disappeared surprised me most. People lied after learning I funded the entire kitchen. The drama was no longer appealing. My parents weren't the golden couple with the sweet daughter and kind son. Two people burned their bridge. Started sleeping better. No late-night calls. No bill surprises. No family bonding masked emotional blackmail. I realized something else with each email or text I ignored. Not only was I lost, they were alone now. 2 months. My phone was silent. My inbox too. Even my sister, who couldn't go 3 days without sending a meme or asking for help, disappeared. They might have given up, I thought. Maybe they adjusted to life without me. An unfamiliar number called me. My dad's coworker. He asked permission to call after getting my number from an old family friend. His first question was how I was doing, which was odd because I'd never spoken to him. He concluded. He said my dad collapsed at work the day before. High blood pressure, stress, or worse. He was fine, but home was bad. I appreciated his call and hung up. I wasn't hospitalized. I sat on my couch and thought about how many times my parents had treated me like a burden when I was in pain, overwhelmed, and barely holding things together, while working 3 jobs and barely making rent. Silence. When I was fired and hid it for weeks out of pride. Nobody checked in. Now they were drowning in their mess, and I had to save them again. Same as usual. The next day, my sister posted a hospital bed photo of my dad with the caption, "Some people only care when it's too late." The final straw. It was screenshotted. I posted a screenshot of the $8,600 transfer with a caption. I cared early. I cared first. They treated me this way. I didn't tag. Avoided insults. Pure facts. Comment section exploded. Cousins offered support. Others inquired about safety. Some unaware of the full story. Asked what I was talking about. I left them to decide. My mom finally spoke the next morning. Just one text from her. Was it worth severing the family? Staring at that message was long. Then I replied. You destroyed it after cashing my money and telling me not to come. No reply. A week later, a mutual friend told me my sister had left her apartment and returned to my parents. She couldn't pay rent. My friend said my parents sold furniture to pay off debt. Fines, failed inspection, second electrical work. It had grown beyond their control. Just once I felt nothing. No pride. No regrets. No movement. They were now independent. Monthly deposits no longer support my sister. No more favors and emergency cash for my parents. And I was fine. Paid my bills. My home was quiet. No longer did I fight for peace. They called me selfish for setting limits. They call it silence. But that silence? I earned it. 2 weeks. No calls. No text. No unexpected voicemails requesting permission. Just chat. My phone was silent. Not the tense quiet where you're bracing for the next move. Very quiet. One that felt good. No word from Mom. Dad whispered nothing. Not even my sister's passive-aggressive quotes or fake check-ins. They seemed to have decided to retreat and hoped time would erase everything. But I remembered. I stopped caring. A neighbor told me they sold lots of furniture. The table where I ate every childhood meal? Gone. My dad's favorite recliner, which no one else could use. Sold. The backyard was overgrown. It appears they were behind on bills. No extra help meant things started falling apart. My sister returned to live with them. I learned from my old roommate's screenshot of her deactivating all social media accounts. No more dog photos. Stop filtering selfies with vague captions. Just gone. The choice between posting brunch and buying groceries probably hit her hard. Still no feeling. No joy. No revenge. Pure space. Peace. The house blessing never returned. Nobody followed up. No explanations or cleanups. They probably thought saying less would make it easier to pretend it never happened. They follow that pattern. Hide the damage and move on like a family quirk. But I was done with the illusion. Started sleeping better. Cooked more. I started a year-long project. Even started going out again. Letting myself breathe without checking for missed calls or overdue requests. I wasn't someone's financial or emotional backup for the first time in years. It ended as intended. Unexplosive arguments. Finale was lacking. Only silence. The sticky kind. That says, this door is locked, not broken. The conclusion is simple. People don't change when comfy. My parents relied on me for years, and when I left, they collapsed. Not because I wanted, but because they built everything on me without expecting me to move. No better now. And I? Now I'm living without waiting for others' mistakes.